Well, hi guys. My name is Suvendra, and today is my first video on YouTube. I would say, well, today I am going to discuss about the experience which I've got throughout my career in trading. I would say that it's a very risky business where you just have to put all your heart and soul when it comes to trading the market. Now there are a lot many YouTubers out there in the YouTube, and they have been talking about trading, and they have been doing a great job. But honestly, if I would say, if somebody would ask me about, when what to trade and when to trade and what exactly stock market is all about, all I usually say to them that I always try my best to be kind of like opinionated, where I usually shared my experience about trading, and today I thought maybe I should give my opinion to people when it comes to understanding the market. Well, all I understood about trading is that it's a complete game of psychology. It's nothing to do with candles and the amount of shares and the quantities that we take and how much profit that we make. All I understood is about trading is how we prepare our mindset to become a good trader. Throughout my life, throughout my career, I've been into this market. It's been approximately 5 years right now, where I have seen all the diversity. I mean to say that when it comes to understanding things, and people would be like crazy about it watching me right now. Well, thank you, those who have been watching to me, and probably I would be the person I would always would be happy to share my thoughts. Now, without wasting our time, let's get back to the topic right now. So today, as we all have seen, that the market was little volatile. It was kind of like sideways, and the moves that we got, that was after 2:30. The moves was came around, and in the morning itself. So all I understood that when we trade options, options itself says that it has got lot many options in it. Futures, I would say that it will predict your future, or it you would not have any future. That is the definition of trading in derivatives. You need to be to say that you need to be a sharp like a razor. Your mindset has to be very strong. So when I talk about mindset, I'm going to give a a short, a little example to understand it, how we usually calculate we all of it, and what exactly trading is all about. Now, we all are, I think 100% of us are doing jobs right now where we used to get a salary by the end of the month. So, if we divide the salaries with uh, a day wise, for example, I'm getting 2000 rupees in a day. So, in a month, we are getting it 30 days as there, and we all are getting approximately of 60,000. That is the same mentality I have seen in people. They when they usually come to the market, they usually predict that I'm going to make a daily profit. I'm going to cover up my expenses out of trading, and my salary is going to get saved, and I'll make wealth. But I would say, according to me, stock market is a tough place where, in terms of making money, it's very tough. You can't just come and open a demat account and will start trading, and market will give you money. No, not at all. It is always, everything is a process, the way we have been schooling and the way we have taken admission in college and we have completed our degrees and we become, so and so. Like that only, stock market is a very vast, a very big concept or a topic or things to understand. So it's not a one night or one day job that you will get to know what exactly market is and it'll screw you. It's like winning a battle. If you're making a profit of 500 rupees today or 1,000 rupees, it is completely just winning a battle, I would say, if it doesn't have a proper mindset in the sense that there are a lot many experienced people that I've seen in YouTube, and they have been sharing their thoughts about market where they're discussing all the points, and psychologically, like they're trying to put something in our mind so that we will be alert when, I mean, we can understand what are we going to do and what we are doing so that we would make decisions accordingly. But all according to my observation, unless you have hands-on experience in market, you can't predict the market the way it's supposed to be. Now, I have seen the market from 2017, where in 2017, and probably by the month of November, I heard about market, and I was obviously, as everybody does, nobody would not have any idea when they're actually in the market. They have to study from the ground itself, and when they come to the market, they usually find themselves that, yeah, they're doing something, or they're kind of like happy right now. But again, I'll give you a small topic as I was discussing an example. Sorry for getting diverted from the topic. So this example that I was getting to giving to you about the 2,000 rupees of job that we're doing a day, right? Now I made a calculation when I came to this market that I was approximately getting a salary of, because that was my starting job, and I was getting 45,000 of monthly salary. So when I divided 45,000 into 30 days, all I found, I'm not talking about any kind of chat patterns, not any kind of, like reversal, top, bottoms, high and low, and option chain data, nothing like that. I'm just sharing my thoughts during the calculation which I've made throughout my life and how I become a profitable trader. And I got to know exactly that the more you fight with the market, the more you lose money, because market is a system where is actually trapped every one of us. If somebody has an experience of 5-10 years in market, I would say that they know very well how it usually gets traps people. I mean, the color, the way you see the colors are like red and green. You would find very difficult when the market is going on. It looks good when market is closed, and you can predict the market easily because market is closed and the candle, whatever it has been made, it has already been made. There is nothing to be make, or the market is not continue right now. So we all of us, we usually do our technique and analysis once the market is closed. But all I usually say that history is actually always a history. By putting history into the picture, you cannot predict the future. Why? Because if something happened, according to me, if something happened in the past, do you want that to be happened? For example, this COVID crash came, and all of us, we got money, and the people, those who purchase or those who buy shares at the bottom, they made money in crores, which everybody knows. But always when it comes to handling a market and handling something, I mean to say that the situation of market is not going to be same all the time. We do not want the COVID crash to happen, because the same kind of crash, if anybody wants it to happen, then the economy of our country will go for a gone for a toss. So nobody wants the history to get repeated. Accordingly, when it comes to technique and analysis, I understand that support resistance, those are very old concepts and topic, those who have invented, I God knows, like long back, and we all of us following the same sins, and it somewhat works in some kind of situation, but not all the time, according to me. What will you do if I'll ask you questions that if the market is at the top, will you buy or sell? What will you do if the market is at resistance? What would you do? Would you buy the stock, or would you sell it? In a layman term, everybody says that we can sell when the market is up, when we can sell when the market is at top. We can even purchase when the market is at bottom. But does it really happen? How many of us do the mistakes when the market is at the bottom? We usually sell it over there itself by thinking that the fall came, it'll fall more. And if the market is at sub resistance, we usually think that it'll give a big breakout and it'll go up 100%. I mean, when I used to do it in the well, when I've started my career, I used to do the same. People usually say that people have a different mentality. With all of us, we say that if market is already gone up of 100 points, how much it can go, how more it will go up. But the concept, what I usually think, that if the market is already, I mean, gone 100% or 100 points, then definitely another 20, 30 points market will give a move. But that is when I used to lose money, because the concept that we usually say that when the market is at bottom, we need to buy. When the market is at top, we need to sell. So this is a very common things, that common example I'm giving, because everybody usually thinks when they come to the market by seeing the old chart, fermented chat which has already been there in the market, we usually see that. And we usually talk about like how we can maintain our mentality, or how we can think of that when we are at the market. We usually think that definitely it's not going to be a small job to do. But what always I used to say, that when we are at trading, we need to have couple of things. There are three or four things you need to have in your mind before you come to the market. Decide how much you can lose today, because that is loss is something that is in your hand. You can control when loss is going to be there. I mean to say, profit, nobody knows how much you can make, but loss is the one thing that you can control. There are three tips I'm going to give you today, so please focus into that. If you're watching, if somebody is watching right now in my live, then obviously it's going to be a pleasure for me, because it is my first video which I've made in YouTube today. I believe if I'll get good responses from people, if I'll get good likes and views, definitely I'll prepare myself for a next video, and I'll try to share my thoughts about the market. So coming back to the three things which I've said to the market, first and the foremost thing is loss. Nowadays there is a good concept has been assigned, I mean, has been given to people, is Nifty and Bank Nifty options. There are many people, I would say 90% of the traders are trading options. Remaining 10%, I would say some people are trading futures, and some are in swing trading, but 90% of the people are trading options. Why? Because the margins are less. You can pay approximately of 5 to 10K for one lot, and if you're losing, you will lose the same amount what you have paid the premium. And the sellers, there is a myth that the sellers usually they have an unlimited loss. Nobody has an unlimited loss according to me, because before you enter a trade, you would decide a stop loss, that how much you can hold it up to, and how much, if the loss is there, then you can hold it approximately. And even be, I mean to say, you will be happy. You would not get stressed if you lose a certain amount of money. For example, for me, I follow a simple funda, that is 1:2 target, and one trade I used to take in a day, where I would decide that I'm going to give a small example. I was telling about the example. For example, we are getting 2,000 per day for 30 days. It usually becomes 60,000. Very good evening, bro. I'm doing great. How about you? I'm at home right now. Yeah, yeah, I will tell. Because, Kushit, I will call you. Would you mind if I'll be out of time? I'll call you back within an hour. Ah, okay. But I just let me a little busy. So, like, now what exactly happened is I'm just preparing. I'm interested in just giving some kind of interviews. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry for the interruptions, but you guys. Yeah, well, I was telling about this examples where I usually, I mean, just say that you can make it of 60,000. There are 90% of the people when they comes to the market, they usually have the same thought, where They always want that they'll make equivalent amount of their salary what they are getting from their jobs. Nobody has a basic calculations that if I would not be able to survive, or let's say if if trading is not going to be my cup of tea, what I'm gonna do, what am I gonna do? Nobody has these thoughts before they come into the market. Now, what exactly I've seen and what I have done, I'll tell you about the story. How I got introduced to the market. What I've done is I just bought. I had a savings approximately 2 to 2.5 lakhs, and I brought them back into the market. I've started trading without having any knowledge and educations. Yeah, I've taken classes and I understood what exactly needs to be done. But again, when it comes to real market concept, since we all are human beings, the emotions usually play a very big character when you're trading. Even if you doesn't wish to take trades, but the emotion will tell you, okay, you can enter and you can make approximately 5 to 600 or 1,000 rupees, and you can get out of the trade and you would have money and you can spend it at the evening. That with that thought, I used to take trades in the market there, but slowly I've realized that this is something that is very unusual, or that is very risky, because trading is something that you're playing with fire. It can burn you. uh, it can rip you apart if you're not good at trading, if you doesn't know how to play trading. All I understood out of trading all these days of the market is that we are the mistakes that we are doing is we are having a hope that we will make 5,000 rupees today. The reason I'm saying is that before you, I mean, as soon as 9:15 usually comes, we usually select, I mean, set a hope that I'm going to make 5,000 today from the market. And with that hope, since we are coming to the market, so eventually what exactly happens, we lose money. Why? Because we have a hope that we will make something out of it, but we do not have that particular options, or let's say calculation, or a kind of like thoughts. If I'll make 5,000 rupees, then how much I'm ready to lose? And if that much of loss I'm booking, then I'm going to close my system. I'm going to close my phone. I'm going to switch off my phone and laptop, and I'll just sit like an idle person, not even watching chat. How many of us think in that way? If you are watching me, then you can tell me in the comment box. You can write down in the comment box so that I'll also get in touch with you in regards to it, and I'll try to give answers. I would say that no one wants to book loss in the market. This is the only one sentiment or mentality. That's why all of us losing money. No one wants to lose, but everyone is losing money. Why? Because they don't have plan. They have a plan how much they'll make 5,000 today, but they don't have any plans how much they can lose today. And if they're losing, then if they're losing, then are they going to be happy of about it, that I've lose today and I'm no problem, I'll make it tomorrow, or I'll just think of tomorrow or next day or day after. I'll think in that way. Nobody thinks in that way. Everybody thinks that we are we are putting. We just wanted to make money, and if I'll make 5,000 rupees today, I'll do this and do that. I'll do that. With that hope, people are coming to the market, but at the end, they're losing money. Why? Because if I'll have a stop loss, which is a very crucial thing. 90% of people, they won't like to take a stop loss. Even I don't want to take a stop loss, because if I'm going to take a stop loss, then there is no point of trading in the market. I should not trade. I can even do some other things. Now, all I usually say to people that when you're coming to the market, make sure you need to have a stop loss amount. Now, according to this example, 60,000 I made in a month. Now, there are 20 days of trading. And if I'll make 2,000 per day into 20 days, I'll make 40,000. And after all the deduction of the taxes and everything, I'll make 35,000. That is what we think. And we calculate if 35,000 per month year end, I'll make is approximately of 4 lakhs 20,000. That is going to be the target. I can make it in a year. So despite I'm doing jobs, I can even do this and I'll get rich. But if this is what is going to be the case, then everybody would have been doing the same thing rather than working in different field and different sectors and trying their brain and into some other field. Like somebody wants to be a doctor, engineer, or something like that. Everybody wants to be a trader. If money is very simply, I mean, they can make money without any kind of agitations or without any kind of tensions. They can make money neither going outside, neither working for someone else. They can be their own boss. That is what thing that they have. But simultaneously, the actual future, or the presently, that is actually not the case. Since we all have thought that okay, we are going to make something out of it, but at the end we all are losing, and some people are, I've seen the adversity of losing money or making losses, huge amount of losses in the market, and they used to cry. They can't even cry in public, because if they'll come out to public and say that they have lost around like 5 to 6 lakh rupees in the market, people would start laughing at him that, you know, that stock market is a gambling place. If he doesn't know it, why did you went inside to it, and why did you put all of your capital saving inside it, and now see, you have lost all your money. With that thought, people doesn't looks or doesn't realize that, I mean, this is the kind of adversity that I'm going to face if I lose all of my savings in stock market. Now this particular 4 lakhs 20,000 of figure which I've given to you, do you think that is possible? How many of us agreed that that is going to be possible? I don't think this is going to be possible unless you have a proper mindset. Now, I'll give an example to you. Now, with the same amount of example, if I'll give, now I'll tell you a small calculation. Forget about chats and everything. Just just simple calculation. Just we are going to calculate today. Now, if we got a little understanding, if so, let's say that if I wanted to become a profitable trader, I will share this particular things with you guys. If somebody wants to ask questions about it, they can write it in the chat box. That I'll also respond it to them. And I would always wants to participate in questions sessions where I can give my inputs, my thoughts, my experiences. That would be a great things that I can do. And but before that, let's start with examples where we will just try to see that how much, I mean, what exactly the situation, if it is going to be, if we start trading with a capital of 30,000. I'll give you an example where if it doesn't have 5,000, 10, I mean, if it doesn't have 1 lakh, 2 lakh rupees, we will start trading by putting normal capital which is of 30,000. A person, for a person, that is going to be what, 1 month of salary that we investing, we are trying. Therefore therefore I would always I'm going to share this example so that we all will get to know. Well, I'm sorry guys, my My dog was snoring, and that's what the reason. Anyway, so yeah, so let's get back to the topic. Um, so today, I'm going to tell you a small examples or a small calculations where we can predict how it usually works. So for a moment, we are going to close trading view, and later on, I'll share you how I usually trade and how I usually get profitable by this. Now we have invested, for example, 30,000 here. That is what is going to be my trading capital. Now, if we trade a lot in Nifty, which is I would say at the money, and if the premium is actually of 100 rupees here, where we pay to the market is going to be of 5,000. Now, the maximum, if you're going with weekly options, it would cost you hardly of 5,000 to maximum 7,000. That is where it is going to cost you. Now, if we put three lots, for example, into the market, how much we are paying? Close. Let's take it as 20,000. That is what we're going to give to the market, or we will purchase three lots out of it. Remaining 10,000 is going to be in our account in terms of backup. Now, I'm going to say that today Nifty on an average it usually gives a moves of around like 100 to 200, 100 to 150 points considering the VIX right now we have. It doesn't even give that much of points. Only there are a lot many, I mean, instances where I've seen the market usually goes up and goes down, but the option premium doesn't go up and goes down. And it usually comes down very quickly, but doesn't go up. Often it usually go up. Now, since we all are, I mean, options is a concept where we all know that the time is something that is going to be there always. Today, tomorrow, 1,000 years, a million years after, time would be still running. So the option sellers that they understood that if anything happens, time is something which is going to run continuously. They know the truth. Now, considering if you put it across their thoughts into the market, that's why they usually make a modest return every month from the market, and they usually do trading with a high amount of capital, which is going to be a risky things for us. And they are very sharp sellers are they have been trading for a very long period of time into the market, so they got in and out of the market. And sometimes this the fi the diis they usually comes to the market, they put their money. The companies are doing option selling because they have a modest return that they usually make in a month or in a day. And since they have a very massive amount of capital, for them if they're making a 3 or 4%, that is also, I mean, it's going to be a good amount of money, and they don't actually need that much. Now I'll tell you exactly what our expenses are and how we can introduce and how we can recover those expenses from trading by investing 20 to 30,000 of capital. Now, with a small layman calculation, if I would say every day you woke up at 9:15 and you came to the market and you see Nifty is at somewhere, doesn't matter. Now, there you went you wait for a level to come. Always remember, guys, that this is the most crucial things that I usually come across with people. People usually say, we all of us say that we need to purchase, we need to buy when the market is at bottom, but we need to sell when the market is at top. But the things that we are doing, that is always opposite. We usually buy when the market is at top. That is the truth. And we usually sell when the market is at bottom by thinking that the market will fall more or the market will go up more. But that happens in very rare scenario. Every day Nifty usually works in a range, right? But if you do trading lately, you will realize that when the market is at certain label, or let's say in a particular zone, that is where all you need to do, that if it is at resistance, always remember, sell. Buy put always when the market is at resistance, or if the market is at extensions of resistance, because resistance doesn't work point wise, it is actually an area. So an area wise it usually work. So always wait. if a breakout is actually coming to the place, just wait in the sense, if you think that the resistance is going to get broke up by the market, is going to get break up by the market, and if the breakdown happens, always wait for retesting. If you wanted to buy from there once the resistance is breaking up, always wait when the market will do a consolidations where it will come, it will retest over there and it will go up. That is exactly the proper zone where you need to buy. So if we do trading, always remember, guys, you need to buy when a resistance is actually get broken up, and if the market go up a little and came back to retest, that is when you need to wait. So therefore, sorry guys, getting a little bit disturbed. So so since I was telling to you guys, we always yeah, you need to buy when the support and resistance are getting broken up and the market is coming to retest. That's where your entry has to be. Without that, don't try to chase the market. Now, with a simple calculation, all I have said to you. Now, today, we're going to take a particular example into the place. Now, since I'm explaining about 20,000 of investment where you can purchase approximately three lots of Nifty, in that, since we know that when Nifty gives 10 points of movement, it will give you 1500 rupees of profit. Opposite happens when it fall down, since we have three lots altogether and we have purchased 150 quantities of Nifty by paying a certain premium based on the options that we are paying. I mean, we have been trading. Therefore, let's say I'm to for a month, I'll take a particular target where I'm going to do 20 trades. So 20 trades, out of which I'll take it as an example that I am going to put a target of 30 points in Nifty or 10 points of stop loss. So that is going to be our first target today. Now here I'll calculate in 20 days we are going to take 20 trades. That is all. Per day, one trade. No more than that, not less than that. If you can avoid a market a couple of days in a month, but if you're taking a trade, make sure you will take only one trade in a day. Provided you will have to be very careful when it comes to the market, and you cannot avoid the rules that I'm going to say, and we will see by the end of the month how much are we going to make. So for example, we have settled that 20 day we will do trades, we are going to do trades, and every day I'll set up a stop loss of 1500 rupees, which means 10 points from where I'm buying the particular lot. If it works opposite, 10 points would be my stop loss that I'm going to book. Or sometimes while we book the stop loss, it usually goes to 11 or 12 points. That's not a matter, but 10 points of stop loss that we are going to book, not more than that. In that particular calculation, let's say in a 1500 I'm losing every day. By the end of the month I will lose, that's going to be of 15 30,000 I'm going to lose in a month, if I lose in a month. Now, the out of 20 days, what do you think, how many days you can make profits? And in the opposite, since I've set 3,000 of target that we are going to take, So if I'm making 3,000 every day, well, I would not say 3,000, that's going to be 4,500. 4,500 rupees of target that I'm going to make into 20 days. I'll make how much? 90,000. Now, I'll give a small example. Let's say out of 20 days, you're losing 10 days in a month. And since our calculation was every day we will take a loss of 1,500 rupees, which means if 10 days that I'm going to lose, and that is going to be 1,500, I will lose around like 15,000. That is the amount that I'm going to lose. But think about it. Just think about it. 4,500 profit you were making every day for 10 days. You will make 45,000. 45,000 of profit that you're going to make. And the remaining 10 days, if you will subtract approximately of 15,000 rupees, including the taxes and taxes and the charges another 2,000, for example, you add it, you are making 28,000 by the end of the month. Don't you think that's a good figure? And here the target and the things that I have taken up, that is 1:3 target. That is 1:3 target. Remember, guys, when you trade, the trade's supposed to be either 1:2 or 1:3. So I usually people used to say that, like you need to be practice first of all in 1:2. Later on, you can change it to 1:3 and 1:4. But all I usually think is that forget about how much you can make and how much points that you can take from the market. But if you have already decided amount of points that this is what I'm going to do, then think about it. It's just following a behavior. I'm in a rule for a month. Just try this out, guys. You will find very peacefully you can do trades. Very peacefully you can execute your targets. Very peacefully you can say that, okay, yeah, this is what something that I'm making. Because even if a layman trades, I'll tell you, I'll give an example. Even if a layman trades, layman trades, even if you give an account by putting 20,000, 30,000 rupees to a child and tell him to take one trade, whichever the side that you want, doesn't matter if the market is at bottom, top, doesn't matter. Just take 20 trades in a month and show me how much profit you make. You would find at the end he would not lose anything, neither he'll make any profit. It will be always 0 to 0 if you follow this particular rule, where a stop loss of 10 points and the target of 30 points. I can bet you by the end of the month, either he'll make something, but when it comes to losing, he would lose approximately close to 3 to 4,000 or 5,000 rupees. Because even if a layman trades by coming to the market, and if he has or she has a setup in the market, they know how they can lose and how much they can lose and how much they can make profits of, then two major things are clear. So when you decide when you're in the market, that is actually difficult all the times. When you have already pre-planned things, it usually works out in a proper way. That is what I'm trying to say today, guys. So trade in the market, that's not going to be good things or very big things. Anybody can trade, anybody can make money, provided always practice risk and reward. Which means, if I'll give another example to you, we usually go to our office and we get 2,000 in a day. Now, if we are getting 2,000 in a day, the risk is going to be 500 rupees. I'll give you an example how it becomes 500, because when you go to the office, you spend in terms of tea, food, and everything with friends and everything. So, by putting 500 in risk, we make 2,000 rupees, which means we make 1,500 rupees a day. You just need to bring that particular calculation to the market so that, trust me, guys, it gives me immense result, where I've seen that if you follow particular methods of losing money and getting money, that is when you'll find that that is very easy to do, provided you need to have control on yourself. If the loss has been triggered, then you should not be in the market. You need to close your system. You just need to get out of everything. If you can practice this, definitely you will be profitable after a very certain period of time. And when you have understanding of the market, obviously you will make money. And you would not trade where there is no zone, nothing else. You would trade only when it is required, and when actually market is at a particular zones. Well, that is all I'm going to say about the market today. You can see my trading view charts. I'm not using any kind of indicators and nothing as such. All I use is a common chart practice where I follow one single methods. I usually trade the market when the market I usually enter in the call side when the market is at bottom. I usually sell the I usually enter in the put side when the market is at top. All I follow is a risk reward setup. Now I'll tell you one thing here if you want me to show you that. Here today, market was actually at the high right now and it gave a red candle on it. In a layman term, we all would understand that the next candle is going to be red. Or either if the market closes as green, we all would understand, we all can think of that the next candle is going to be green. But all I have a layman thinking that if the candle color is changed right now in the red, and the market is actually at the top. Just understand this, guys. The market is already at the top. Forget about any kind of candlesticks patterns and everything, right? Like as such, the market is at top right now, right? And here the candle is gave a rejection. Price was flying like anything. It gave a rejection, and you took a trade on it. You would find that 70% of the time you would not lose money. Why? Is because market is at the top. You follow the right procedure. You buy a put when the market is at resistance level and wait for the target of 30 points to come. Here, market will give you lot many roller coaster. It will go up and it'll show some losses on your account. It will comes again and will give you some profit. Again, it will went back and will show you some loss. This is where the wicks are getting made. But again, if you have a strong mindset where you know that what exactly that you're doing, and you have purchased or you buy a put when the market is at the top and you have buy a call when the market is at the bottom, you would see 50% of the time or 60-70% of the time you would not lose money. Everywhere the same thing happens. When you see when the market is at the top, you just try to sell a put, buy a put. When the market is at the bottom, we just try to buy a call. That is all. If you can do, I would say that this is all you need. You doesn't even need any kind of indicators or something like that. Now, today, thank you so much for watching me today. It's going to be my first video that I made in YouTube today. I just didn't even learn how to, I just learned it from the YouTube itself, how to share the screen on YouTube. And that's how I got to learn that I'm gonna come back with lot many new videos where I'm gonna share about my thoughts and experience about the market, and I'll show you how I usually make decisions. So till then, bye bye. Thank you.